Thus endeth the wilderness years. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. For the 16 years from 1989 to 2005, Doctor Who lived on primarily through novels and through Big Finish radio productions. During that time, the Seventh Doctor was given his continued story arc leading up to Lungbarrow, which was the big payoff to the Cartmel master plan. And right in the midst of that time, the television movie introduced the Eighth Doctor, and Paul McGann went on to have a long and very successful off-screen career as the Eighth Doctor. Scream of the Shalka in 2003 makes a really, really interesting what if. Paul Cornell, the writer for Scream of the Shalka, had made his name writing some of those new adventures in the novel series and wrote some spectacular stories. It was people like him and Mark Gatiss that truly kept the spirit of Doctor Who alive for that decade and a half of the wasteland years. And with Scream of the Shalka, Cornell shows us exactly how great a writer he is. Richard Grant's Ninth Doctor is an interesting study, very clearly the Doctor, also very clearly traumatized by some hinted at previous disaster. Something that only 2 years later Christopher Eccleston would embody perfectly when the series revives. The notion of having the Master as a companion is a great one, and the mystery of how did the mind of the Master end up in an android body is a great tease that could have played out very interestingly. And it would take until the 12th Doctor era to come back and re-embrace that notion of Master as potential companion. Story-wise, the notion of this race of Shalka traveling interdimensionally and taking over worlds that are on the verge of collapse and nudging them that final little bit to totally fold in on themselves and fall under control of the Shalka. It's a great idea, and it makes for a great villainous race. And again, one of the notions of this story of humans standing in pockets throughout the entire world, screaming out this sound that's altering the atmosphere, those are ideas that'll be picked up in various ways throughout the modern series. So much of this story is a touchstone of what the modern series will become at its peak. And so, even though Scream of the Shalka isn't properly part of the Doctor Who canon continuity, it is a great alternate universe story that is thoroughly enjoyable, and hats off to the BBC for pulling it off. It's perhaps not the 40th anniversary special that fans wanted, but it surely is the special that fans deserved. And with that, I wrap up the wilderness years, and tomorrow I am so psyched to set forth on modern Doctor Who. Tomorrow I get to meet Christopher Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor, and Rose and Mickey, and it's so good, so exciting. I will see you tomorrow.